Okay, welcome back, and let's start with the really big news, and that is Studio Wit, the same studio that's going to bring us Suicide Squad, the Isekai, will now be doing the third season of Ascendance of a Bookworm. This is huge for me. In case you can't tell, that right there is my all my Ascendance of a Bookworm light novels, so I think I polished those off in about 6 weeks. Anyway, in other big news, in case you missed it last week, because I was late posting, not a lot of people saw it. I had a surprise entry that almost took the #1 manga of 2023, and it was one I would have never expected. And this was Lupin III, World's Most Wanted, Volume 1, signed and illustrated on the inside cover by Monkey Punch. Now, this is one I would have never expected to challenge for the top spot, but it just goes to show you, if you have the right signature, like mangaka signatures are quite rare. Let's be honest here. So there you go. Anyway, let's get on with this week's top collections. And as usual, 5 honorable mentions. So let's go. Honorable mention number 1, Resident Evil, volumes 1 through 5, so only 5 books, went for $345. That's like $69 per book, but what's even more impressive, this was an auction which had 54 bids. Honorable mention number 2, and just to show you how cheap Trigon has gotten, Trigon Maximum, volumes 1 through 14, and this also includes Trigon Volume 2, so that's 15 books in total, went for $375. Honorable mention number 3 is another series that seems to have come down in price. This is Fruits Basket, volumes 1 through 23, went for $381.98. That's still a pretty respectable amount. Okay, honorable mention number 4. Now, you know, if one of these sell, I have to put it on, right? So Gunsmith Cats, this is the revised editions, 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as Burst, volumes 1 through 5. So this is basically like all the Gunsmith Cats that are out there. So these 9 books sold for $447.28 American. That's like $49.70 per book. And finally, my last honorable mention, number 5, one that almost made the list, but not quite. One Punch Man, volumes 1 through 27, but these are the Japanese printings, so even though they are an English translation, so these 27 books went for $495. Okay, let's hit the top 5 collections of the week. At number 5, Red River, volumes 1 through 28, with volumes 24 and 25 sealed, went for $613.44. Now, this was an auction. It had 33 bids, originally from Viz Media 2004, and I think if this wasn't an auction, this definitely would have went for more money. At number 4, first time we've had this collection, and it's a lot of books, but it's Fairy Tail, volumes 1 through 63, $614.21. That's from Kodansha Comics 2012. There's actually a tie for number 3, and the first one is one we've had many times. It's One Piece. The box sets 1, 2, 3, and 4, so those 90 volumes went for $638.96 US. That's like $7.10 a piece from Viz Media 2003. What is tied with at number 3? Berserk, Deluxe Edition, volumes 1 through 14, sealed. Went for $638.97 US. That's like $45.64 each. Dark Horse, 2019. Number 2 is one we haven't seen for a while. This is Love Com or Lovely Complex, volumes 1 through 17, $675, about $39.71 per book. Viz Media, 2007. And finally, at number 1 is one we have seen lately. It's Red River, volumes 1 through 28. This one was not an auction. This was a buy it now, $1,000. $35.71 per volume, Viz Media 2004. Okay, here we go with the top 10 singles, and as usual, I'm going to have 5 honorable mentions. My first 3 are the ones that got away. So, honorable mention number 1, Please Save My Earth, volume 13, listed for $239.99, best offer accepted. Number 2 for the honorable mentions, a little surprising, Durara Volume 8 light novel, listed for $300, best offer accepted. Now, Durara Volume 8 of the light novels is valuable, but it's not $300 valuable. I'm going to show you one. It was the same light novel sold from Australia for what would be about $67 US. And the final one that got away, honorable mention number 3, Naruto, Volume 72, the 2015 New York Comic Con variant, was listed for $400, best offer accepted. Honorable mention number 4, this is the first time I've had this series on the list, but it's Case Closed, or Detective Conan, Volume 53, went for $75. Normally these Case Closed are pretty easy to find, even on Amazon, but for whatever reason, 53 is rare. And finally, honorable mention number 5, it has a final volume premium, but I think there's also a new premium. It's called the Tokyo Pop premium, because Tokyo Pop really doesn't publish anymore. This is Get Backers, Volume 25, $109.99. Tokyo Pop, 2008. Okay, here it is, the actual top 10, and there's a few good ones this week. Not as good as last week with the 1800 and the 1750, but still pretty darn good. At number 10, Persona 5, Volume 1, the Barnes & Noble exclusive. This is still sealed, $113.89. That's Viz Media 2020. There's a tie at number 9. Both of them went for $120. This is the only tie we have, but the first one at number 9, Mobile Suit Gundam Thunderbolt, Volume 4, $120. Viz Media 2017, we've had this one before, no surprise. What is tied with it, number 9? Inspector, Volume 5, $120, Kodansha Comics 2017. At number 8, speaking of Tokyo Pop, Future Diary, Volume 10, $125. Tokyo Pop 2011, normally Volume 6 is the rare and valuable one, but it looks like the final volume. Volume 10 is making a play for that title. Number 7 is one we have quite often. It's One Piece, Volume 23, the Gold Foil Edition, $135, Viz Media 2009. Number 6 is one we've had a few times now. It's My Monster Secret, Volume 7, $139.99. This is from 7 Seas, 2017. At number 5 is one we've also had quite often. This is Vagabond, Volume 37. This is an ex-library copy. Went for $150. Viz Media 2015. Remember that number, $150, ex-library copy. At number 4, again we've had this one before. Gantz, Volume 26, $169.96. Dark Horse, 2013. Okay, remember how I told you to remember that Vagabond? So at number 3, Vagabond, Volume 37, listed in perfect condition, and it looks really good. $174. Okay, a little bit of a rant here. I was collecting comics well before CGC was ever created, and that CGC encapsulates books and gives them a professional grade. Back then, the difference between like a copy that was in really good condition and one that was in mediocre condition, might have been 10 to 30%. Now that you have like a CGC 9.8, that difference is a multiple. Like the difference between a 6 and a 9.8 can be literally like 10 times as much. This Vagabond Volume 37, in a much better condition from a collectability standpoint, it's well worth the extra $24 to buy this versus a $150 ex-library copy. Now, if you're not worried about collectability and just want to have it in your collection, totally understand it. But at number 2, one I've been waiting to sell for a long time. This is Air Gear. Volume 28 went for $499.99 Canadian, which is about $374.99 using my conversion rate. This is Kodansha Comics 2013. And finally, at number 1, we saw it go for best offer accepted, Naruto, Volume 72, 2015 New York Comic Con variant, $450. Viz Media, 2015. Okay, let's take a look at the spreadsheet. So we'll start with collections as usual. That Red River, volume 1 through 28. Very few collections sell for $1,000 or more. That is now on the list. What's funny is we had the same collection with 24 and 25 sealed go for $613.44, but it was an auction, which just goes to show you that when it comes to collections, auctions are definitely the way to go. Okay, here we go with singles. Let's start with number 1. New York Comic Con 2015, Naruto Volume 72. This one, yeah, is definitely pricey. Good to see Air Gear Volume 28 sell. Again, like I said, $375. Pretty significant for a non-exclusive, just normal volume of manga. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And just so you know, I'm really, at year end, I'm going to do like my top manga of the year. And then that's probably going to be it for me on this. My experiment was basically to see, is manga valuable? And if so, which manga are valuable? So keeping track of this from week to week. I think I have a pretty good sense, and it's definitely interesting to see things like Air Gear Volume 28, which is just regular old manga volume, go for so much money. You know, like your Gantz Volume 26, Future Diary 6 and 10 on the list. But we also had like some new stuff, so it's kind of cool. But anyways, we'll see you again next week, and take care. Bye-bye.